Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Now I dropped into a local charity shop today. In fact it was Oxfam, one of their shops over here in the UK. I noticed they had a box of records in there. Now usually these sort of visits to charity shops are not terribly productive, but as I was flicking through I came across this. Now it rather intrigued me because this is a 12-inch single, A Funeral for a Friend with Love Lies Bleeding. On the B side, we have two songs from Captain Fantastic. We All Fall in Love Sometimes and Curtains, which of course are joined together on that album as well. So it's like two interesting double tracks, if you like, that appeared together on their original albums, Goodbye the Brick Road and Captain Fantastic. So far so good. I hadn't got this one, so I reached into my pocket and paid 99p, which is less than £1, for this, and took it home. But what intrigues me is that this 12-inch single came out in 1978. It definitely says that on the back. It's from DJM Music. I looked it up online, not an awful lot of information, but the confirmation is there that it did come out in 1978. The question is why? Why was this issued around the time of A Single Man, of course? Why did they issue a 12-inch of Love Lies Bleeding and Funeral for a Friend, backed with these other two tracks? So if anybody out there knows that, I'd be interested in finding out what was going on. It's got on the cover here that it's a special 12-inch issue. No information really on the back, but it's quite a nice back cover there. It's got the track listing, and underneath there's some sheet music of Love Lies Bleeding, which I've not seen before. I don't know whether that's genuine or not. So it just got me to thinking, after getting this one from the shop, what other Elton John 12-inch singles I've got. The cover, by the way, is slightly reminiscent of the Here and There album, isn't it? In fact, when I saw it first, I thought, well, that's Here and There, because that's got a very similar front cover, which looks like that. There's Here and There, and there is the new 12-inch. So I must have gone through a stage back in the 80s where I was picking up most of Elton's 12-inch discs. So I've got a few, but not that many, and you may have more in your collection, but I'll just go through them in no particular order. I've got Cry to Heaven, which is of course from Ice on Fire. Quite a track I like, actually. What it's got on the B side is a live medley, whole lot of shaking going on, which of course is an Elton cover. I Saw Her Standing There and Twist and Shout, all taken from Wembley Stadium gig in 1984. That's one track. The second track is Candy by the Pound, which of course is a deeper cut from Ice on Fire. Then from Too Low for Zero, I've got Cold as Christmas. Again, quite a likeable track that. And that's backed with Crystal and Je veux de la tendresse, which is a French version of Nobody Wins. Actually, one of my favourite tracks from The Fox. Also from Ice on Fire, I've got the extended mix of I'm Still Standing. That's backed with Earn While You Learn, which of course is one of Elton's lesser known instrumentals, where he's billed as Lord Chockeye. It's quite a fun sort of honky tonk track, that one. I've also got the 12-inch version of Nikita. And this is backed with, well, it's got three other songs on that. On the same side, it's got The Man Who Never Died, which is another instrumental, almost instrumental, very much in the vein of Song for Guy, but a decent track, that one as well. On the B side, we've got Sorry Seems to Be the Hardest Word and I'm Still Standing, both of those from that Wembley Stadium 1984 gig as well. So good to have those on vinyl. I've also got Wrap Her Up, and a nice looking front cover to this one, isn't it, with clips from the video on that. And that one is backed with Restless, also taken from the Wembley Stadium gig in 1984. So we've got plenty of that gig appearing in various different guises. And the Wrap Her Up there is an extended remixed version of that, so that's worth listening to. I must listen to that again, actually. From Leather Jackets, in fact using the same artwork, is Heartache All Over the World. I do quite like this song. This is one I seem to recall Elton described as the worst thing he'd ever recorded. I quite like it actually, and I think quite a few fans do from the reactions I've had. Anyway, that's a 12-inch mix of that one. On the B side, we have the 7-inch version. I think it's a bit disappointing when that happens, because if you're a collector, you probably got that already, so why do we need the 7-inch version? And it's also got Highlander, which is an instrumental, I think, isn't it? Which is okay, but perhaps not one of his strongest ones. And the only other one I've got, and I think I must have got this in a charity shop or somewhere, I don't know. It's this one. It's a version of Bite Your Lip, Get Up and Dance, which of course is from Blue Moves. Again, an enjoyable song, this one. Intriguingly, it's backed up with another A-side, and it's Kiki D singing Chicago. So this is billed as 2 American A-sides back to back, and it's from the Rocket Record Company. So I don't know whether anybody else has got that one. Not sure why that came out with Kiki D. She doesn't appear on Blue Moves, does she? Or is she on the backing vocals somewhere of one of those? Anyway, quite pleased to have that. So that's it for the 12 inches. Not a great collection, is it? I'd certainly like to have more. Perhaps you could let me know if you've got some really interesting Elton 12-inch versions. I'd particularly like to know if they're kind of extended versions of his original singles. The I'm Still Standing, for instance, it's not that much extended. I think it's just got an extra little bit of a chorus in there, a bit of a refrain. But if it really does add something else to the original, then that would be quite intrigued by that. We don't really buy 12-inch versions much anymore, do we? Which is, in a way, is a bit of a shame, because it does offer us a little bit more of that original song. Anyway, let me know what you think. If you know anything about that purchase I got today of Love Lies Bleeding and Funeral for a Friend, please drop it below. Otherwise, I'll be back soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, we are still standing.